guys, it's your girl Roxanne, and I'm back again with another video. And I have my super special guest here, and I'm so excited! Like I could scream! Like Kia Harper's here, guys! Kia. She's here. Like
up,
she's
y'all?
here. It feels like I knew her forever.
I
Like
know.
she's such a down to earth person. So sweet, so nice, so humble.
I'll cry.
Oh my! Don't start, because that's what they be telling me. Like,
will
don't
cry.
listen. Such a sweet,
Thank you.
down to earth person. Like her energy is amazing. Like, listen, it was so great finally getting to meet you in person, and the same energy that you are like through the phone is you. So
Yes.
thank you for being real. Thank you for being one of the real ones. Okay.
Period. No, I'm just playing. No, thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here, and I'm honored. I'm honored. Your girl got flued out. Like, I'm honored.
Flew it out, and I do it again.
And she'll do it again.
And I do it again. That's. I love her. Okay.
I love it.
I love her. Woo. Why you put that one there? Hey y'all.
We're gonna get this thing together.
Right. All right. Anyway, so Kia,
Yes. Roxanne.
how are you?
I'm blessed. I'm super blessed. I have no complaints.
Yeah. How was your day today?
My day, no, I'm saying, my day was chill. Like I was just chilling in a hotel. You know, somebody got me a hotel room, so I was just chilling until it was time to be here.
How was your hotel stay?
It was dope. It's very comfortable.
They got a bonfire
Great
outside and
looks.
all that good stuff.
See,
yeah.
I didn't get a chance to do any of that, and it's okay.
It's all
'Cause
right.
I'll be back.
Right. She gonna be back. So listen, I want to get right into it.
Let's get into it.
Like, I really want to get right into it. Let me start off by saying how this even started. Can I please tell you?
Please.
Like, listen, I promise you. Listen, I was going through a really bad relationship.
Aren't we all? I'm just playing.
No, seriously. I was going through a really bad relationship. But you know when you going through it and you just know you got to find your way out and you just got to do what you got to do. So the whole time I'm still trying to stay positive, just doing what I got to do. And I'm listening. I got my phone just playing music. Like, I put on a certain person. I don't remember who the person was, but, you know, it just played by itself. It just choose the songs. Kia Harper, Sucha Vibe, came up on my phone, right?
Yes.
It's before I even know anything about you. I ain't see the TikTok, nothing, okay?
Okay.
I ain't see nothing.
Okay.
I'm listening to the song, listening to the words. And besides you talking about it's such a vibe, I feel your vibe. I feel your energy through the song. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, when I tell you I had that speaker outside, out loud, in the Bronx.
Period.
In the Bronx. I never usually be there, by the way, but I was in the Bronx. Don't ask. So, if you know, you know. Outside in the Bronx. I'll tell you about the Bronx later.
Okay.
We love you. We love you, Cardi. Anyway, so listen, I'm playing. Baby, it's such. I can't even sing it right now. Okay.
Yes, you can.
Listen. I'm playing your song, and when I say I couldn't stop playing it, like back to back to back to back, and I'm playing it so much, I'm like, yo, it sounds like I wrote this. Like, no,
Yes.
seriously, it's like this is something I would write. It's so relatable, right? And long story short, I'm talking about every day, every week, like, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna make a cover to this song. Like, I'm gonna make I don't know who this is, but I'm gonna make a cover to this song. Like, this is my vibe. Like, I could do this. Like, I'm telling people who wanted to work with me, like, yeah, so first we're gonna do a cover to this song by Kia Harper, da-da-da. As I'm doing that, that's when I realized you're TikTok and this and that and da-da-da-da. But girl, you got me through that relationship. Why? Because your song was the song of choice to get me out of a negative situation into a positive situation. Like, just me saying to myself, all right, I'm going to do a cover. Like, no matter what I'm going through, I'm about to record. I'm about to, you know. Every single word of that song, like, was my life. Like, seriously. Can you talk to us about Such a Vibe, how that started, why your energy was just so, like, deep? Like, please.
Well, The energy was deep because it was I was coming from an honest space. Like at the time that I wrote, I'm gonna give you the nitty gritty. I'm gonna give you the nitty gritty.
I'm ready for all of it. Yes, please. Like I'm telling you.
So during COVID,
yeah,
I had learned in that time how to record myself, and we was in the house. We didn't have anything else to do, so I was committing myself to doing like writing 3 songs a day. That was the goal.
Right.
Usually it would be just one or whatever. So I would post those like snippets of those songs on Instagram, and it just became like the thing to do. But I wouldn't put it out. So Sucha Vibe was written one day. I was talking to this guy. I was crazy about this guy at this time. And he's also a singer and a songwriter as well.
Okay.
And I was sending him music. And when I say singer and songwriter, he's cold. So as an artist, I'm trying to impress you.
Feeling him. You
not
feeling
only
him.
is you who I'm talking to, so I want to impress you too.
Yes.
And it was.
Oh, I felt it.
It was almost as if my music was so R&B.
Right.
That it wasn't reaching him. Like, so his responses would be, "Oh, that's cool, that's nice." So when I sent him this song that me and my friend did, and it was very much so out of my lane,
right,
or sonically something different. So it felt different.
That's funny.
And his response to it was just like, "Oh my God, this shit is so dope. Yes. Who's the girl on the song?" Like, so my ego is crushed at this time. I'm like, I'm about to do this. I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna be less singy. I'm not gonna be talking about like, cause I'm the heartbreak queen. Like I write from my experience.
I get you.
And I be heartbroken.
Going through it
most of the time.
Oh, we gonna get there. We gonna get to it. We gonna get to it.
So I'm like, I'm trying to write from the space that I was in about this individual that I was dealing with. And I sent it to him. And his response was just like, "Oh yeah, that's cool. You should finish it." And I remember feeling like, and I was so over it. Like I put it up, I didn't think about it no more.
Time out. Pause. You talking about the version that I heard? He said to finish that, or you did something different?
Finished.
Oh, it really wasn't finished.
So
okay.
If you really pay attention, it's
a
a whole different vibe because it was like a month after that I went back and finished it.
Okay.
So I only had the hook, the first verse, and that was it. Posted the little video and moved on. And when he didn't really vibe with it, it was just like I was done with the song. But I do hair.
Right.
And a lot of the ways that I push my music, I just put my music in my hair videos because the platform is larger. So I'm like, okay. Every hair video, I was just putting a song
That's
in.
right, because it's your music. I started doing...
Yes. You get it?
Anyway.
So people, like the response was a lot different than the other songs. And it's a certain energy. You're an artist. You get it. Like you can feel when it's it. It's the one. And I remember being in the car and I'm listening to it myself. I'm like,
that.
F what he talking about. This song is dope.
You
like
did
this
that.
song is dope.
No, you did that.
So after maybe a month of people saying, "Where's this song? It's not out." I'm like, forget it. I'm finna finish it. I'm gonna put it out. I recorded that song in my house at my desk. I did not get it mixed or mastered. I just put it up. I'm just like, December 30th.
Like me.
I think it was 2021. December 30th, 2021. I was like, all right, don't say I ain't give y'all nothing. And I posted it. And literally within that month, it was like at 100,000 streams. And I had never seen numbers like that in my life.
Wait, repeat?
Yes, within that month.
What?
Yes.
You see what you did? You see what you did? How was your reaction to that though? How did you react? Like, how did you really feel?
Because
was it surreal? Like,
it's very short-lived. Like you have this feeling of, oh my God, this is what I've been waiting for, and then like I'm so done with that song.
and everybody listen.
And it's still it's sustaining. People are still like finding me from it. Oh my God. So I had somebody on my TikTok comment like, "Are you Kia Sucha Vibe, Kia?" Like, this is so cute, but I'm actually like Kia. Other songs,
I did all
Kia
6 other
too.
songs,
You know,
7 other songs, 10 other songs, you guys. Like,
but this was my intentional way of honestly dumbing down my music. Is what it felt like for me. It was like,
wow.
Let me dial back because I can be metaphoric. I can be like, I studied a lot of Frank Ocean.
Deep.
Like I like.
Deep.
I like songs that resonate and that you go back and listen to and be like, oh shoot, that's what he meant. And then it means something else. And then if you're in another space at a different time, it can mean something else. Like, I like that type of music.
Right.
I'm not the trendy.
Right.
That's
you
never
know what
been...
it is? Where did your songwriting and music, like, where did that come from? Where did that start? You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, girl. We gonna get there.
Okay, well.
Yeah. How'd that start?
How did I start writing music?
How old were you? When did it start? Why did you start? Like, the whole process of you being a songwriter, a singer, like, the background, girl.
It's definitely two answers to that
and
question.
You can answer
music
every
started
answer.
in church, obviously.
Right.
I grew up in church. I was the director of the choir.
Oh, you serious?
Yes.
Right. Like, what?
You know, directing the choir. And I would, during sermons, my cousin was the pastor, or, you know, at the church I was in at the time. He was the pastor.
Mm-hmm.
And during sermons, I would just be in the choir stand with my Bible, turning scriptures into songs. And afterwards, we'll have rehearsal.
Here go, Pastor Harper.
Here you go. Pastor Harper, absolutely.
Pastor Harper.
Afterwards, I would teach it to the choir. Like, I was in real time creating songs from scriptures, and then I'll teach it as if it's a song, and we would sing it the next Sunday.
That's right.
Or, you know, it started like that. But as far as, I come from a very religious household, and my mom, at a certain point in time when I was young, it was like, if it wasn't gospel, you're not doing it.
That's right. I understand.
You know, that's wrong, though, for me. It was like, oh, it's a lot of things I want to talk about that's not gospel. Oh, yeah, I'm the rebel.
Listen,
sure.
I understand you, girl. I'm letting you tell it, though.
So,
I understand you.
I remember it was 8th grade. I stayed in Chicago, and she would give us like these weird tasks. I had to like rake the grass, and it was snow in the grass. So I'm pissed. And the only thing that kept me sane was singing, and I would like kind of freestyle a song. And at the time, people from my high school, they'll know, because I used to sing this everywhere in my high school. I freestyled this song called He Loves Me Not, kind of a play off of I Love You, You Love Me. So that was the very first song I had ever wrote. And from that point on, I was just either turning poems into songs, or I was just talking about wherever it was that I wanted to convey.
Mm-hmm.
And it just was a song. And I was super wordy at the time. Like, I didn't understand song structure, but I could sing.
Right. No, I get
and I
you.
wanted to show people. Like, I would literally gain friends walking up. Hey, my name is Kia. I can sing. I can sing. I can draw. I can braid. Because, like, be my friend type of. Yeah, it's actually pathetic when you look at it.
No, stop. Because it's like, what, Kia?
Actually,
Little
very
Kia?
pathetic.
Little Kia? I can sing.
You know. So it started in church,
Mm-hmm.
and it evolved as much as I got. When I got older, it evolved into secular music, because I was just writing off of whatever.
What do we
it was.
call secular music?
Right. It was just.
What
just
do
the
we
honest
call
music,
secular
you know?
music?
It was just the
When you
music
say
that I
the
felt.
honest music, you mean like just a story about your life and what's
just
really going
whatever
on. Tell
it
them
is that I
tell
felt
them.
in the moment.
Like, come on,
Because you know, as a human being, we experience all things: the pretty, the nasty, the things that we don't really like to be vocal about because it makes us look a certain way.
Right.
But I'm so that person where I feel like to hide who I am takes so much effort. It takes so much energy.
It's crazy.
I even remember my sister being like, "You shouldn't do such and such because they're gonna look." Nah, I don't care. Like, you're gonna accept me as
Wait,
I am.
one more time. Say that a little closer in the mic. Hold on. What?
I don't care.
Don't care. Okay, we're gonna be ourselves.
I'm gonna
Tell
be
them.
me, and you either gonna rock with it or you're not. And if you don't, you're not my people, and that's cool too. So.
Okay.
You know?
First of all, please take your gift.
I got a gift, y'all.
Please take your gift. Please take your gift. Listen, she asked me for Stella Peach, but I ain't even going to talk about what the damn.
Roxanne said she wanted to get me drunk. So
no,
I was like,
wait.
I'm like,
I never said it, God. I never said it. I said,
you
I said
can
drink
get
and
me
be
drunk, put
merry.
me on.
I
So
said drink and be merry.
This is what she's putting me on to.
Yeah, I never even had it before. I have no idea.
We putting ourselves. Shall we?
Yeah, you can. You can. Show it. Go ahead. Because I wanted to make sure it's a little twisty top,
This
too.
is Chris Pinot Grigio. Did I say it right? I'm not a drinker for real, guys. So if I ruined that.
Pinot Grigio.
Yeah.
Chatique, how you say it? That's right. That's right.
There
Pinot Grigio.
There it is.
Okay, so we're going to taste some. You're going to pour us both some.
Mine's.
so we could cheers.
If
and we
I
could
pour
get,
this wrong, if I look like I'm just doing
tip
all this
it.
wrong,
Nah, you good because it's not champagne, so it's not gonna be bubbly.
Cool.
So you could
I don't
pour
know anything.
it up, okay? Because we about to get into it.
Okay, we about to get into it.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
I'm scared and excited at the same time.
Girl, ain't nothing to be scared about. We got you.
Girl, listen.
So, I see that you put up a little acapella video.
Did I?
You sure did. And when I say it was another relatable kind of acapella video, it sure was. Listen, we're going to get to the Hard Rock Cafe performance.
Oh, okay.
You're going to talk to me about
Let's
that.
talk about
and the acapella post. Because these niggas ain't going to court you.
Oh,
that one.
That one.
That one.
That's coming out soon.
That one, because I love that one.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah.
How did that come about?
That's right.
The same way Sucha Vibe did, really. I was at home. I was doing my practicing with recording or creating, but I didn't really have anything pop. Like I was really overwhelmed in the moment, because I get in my head, I live in my head, and it's like I've experienced such high highs and such low lows that when things are just not happening, I kind of get anxious.
It's like what,
okay,
like,
what's the
let it
next? What's
happen.
the next
Like, why
blow?
am I so
Or what's
slow?
the next? Or whatever. And I'm going through a lot of things in my life, period. I feel like we all are collectively with just how different things is now, how much unlearning we're doing, how much we're being exposed to. Like, all of that is so overwhelming. It's still overwhelming for me, and I just wanted to write about it. And I wanted to be honest about everything that I just needed a second from, that I wanted to take a step back from, whether it's the dating scene and not really, being in this fairy tale love that I want to be in, or
listen, we gonna always want that fairy tale love. I'm sorry, us R&B girls, we gonna strive for that for that fairy tale.
That part. I still want my fairy tale.
Yeah, I still want the fairy tale.
But and then talking about just seeing how much I affected my son's life with my traumas. So
what did you just say?
Yeah, I have a son. I have a 16-year-old.
Did y'all hear that?
Shout out to Kimari.
Did y'all hear that?
Yes.
Wait, let's cheers to her son.
Cheers to him.
Because what's his name?
Kimari.
Oh my! You named him.
Actually, I didn't. My sister named him. I
That's
couldn't
part of
figure
your
out,
name.
Cause I was like, I wanted his name to be a part of my name. So I asked my grandma, like, what should I name him? Like, what could I name him? Cause my name is Markia. She was like, you should name him Kia Mar. I'm like, grandma. So my sister's like, if you're going to name him that, you might as well name him Kimari. And I was like, Eureka. And that's his name.
Kia, do you know what I have? Kia, read this. Kia, can you read this top thing that I have in my notes? Please read that to me.
Top thing. The name Markia is primarily a female name of American origin that means warlike Christ bearer. Combinations of the names Mark and Kia. Interesting fact, my dad's name is Mark.
Do you see this? I literally looked that up to try to tell you what your name meant, and look what you ended up talking about.
Balance and power are the two words that describe you. I'll take it.
Is it true though?
It's absolutely.
How do you?
It's very true. No, it's absolutely true. Balance and power. Am I balanced? No. I'm actually everything opposite of balance. I'm probably the most spontaneous, impulsive person you ever meet in your life.
Does that sound familiar to you, Shay? Does that sound any familiar? Just answer the question. Does it? It sounds very familiar to somebody.
It is I. But power? I don't know. Maybe that's speaking on my future. Maybe I'm gonna do some powerful things.
Now.
Speaking on my life.
You're powerful now. Like, I'm not playing with you. You're powerful now.
I received
You're
that.
powerful now. You think what? Listen, girl, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Next notes, because don't get me started.
Yes,
I'll have you in here crying. All right, listen. All right. Why you ain't just open up? All right, so we're going to talk about when you're focused on yourself, what's your favorite thing to do? We're talking about besides singing, besides writing. When you're focused on just you, who you are, like, what's your favorite thing to do?
See, how do I answer? Because
just tell me all of them.
Would be writing and singing.
Really? Besides that's it.
If I have to put that aside,
yeah.
My favorite thing to do.
Yeah. See, I'm making you think. You ain't even ready for that.
Seriously. I have spurts of things. Like it changes. But in this moment, giving me a little joint, smoking, getting away from my thoughts.
Right.
Because like I said, I live in my head.
Right.
Being around my family, being around the ones that I love, and doing nothing.
Like just chilling and being in your head and being in your consciousness and everything.
Absolutely. Just being is, I would say, if I'm not writing and singing, is that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so then if that's the case, because that gets to my next question. When you're going through things, right? Because I already know from experiencing you how we handle things or how you handle things, right?
Yes.
You could tell us a little bit about, well, you could tell your supporters and everybody a little bit about that, but like, what's your favorite quote? What's your favorite scripture? Like, how do you get through the down times and stay positive? Like, how do you operate when it feels like the world is against you or whatever that may feel? Negativity is just trying its way. Like, how do you handle that and why? Like, what do you believe in? What's your faith? What's, you know?
When I'm going through, obviously, I believe in God. So there's a stillness that I need when I'm going through. So that for people could be meditation, it could be prayer. But a lot of times it's just for me, just sitting down and kind of becoming aware of why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling, like listening to what it is that I'm thinking and telling myself. And then figuring that out and counteracting that with whether it's like a audio of affirmations, or I like to go on YouTube, and if I'm feeling abandonment or if I'm feeling triggered from just anything that would trigger someone, I will find audios that will pour into me to kind of fill that void and counteract those thoughts. Like I literally would over and over play. There's this girl, I hope I don't mess her name. I think it's Tony Jones. I'm gonna send you her stuff.
Thank you
amazing.
So much.
Like,
Thank you so much.
It's like black girl affirmations, but it's not I am such and such. It's like it's I'm just gonna send it's deep. I'm gonna send it to you.
Don't forget now.
That's like my to-go to. I'll turn it on and I'll just play it for hours at a time. Even if I'm braiding hair, I'll have it in my ear just because I would rather hear that than to hear what I'm thinking if my thoughts aren't lifting me in that moment.
Okay, so, I get you. Speaking of braiding hair, you brought that in now.
I did.
Tell us whatever you want to tell us about your occupation of braiding hair, like for people who don't know or anybody who's just getting to know you or your supporters. Like, can you speak on a little bit of how that came about when you started braiding hair?
Absolutely.
Let's just start from there and then how it evolved and everything like that.
Okay, well, I was always braiding hair.
In Chicago?
Yeah, in Chicago. It was a chore. I grew up in a household with 5 girls, so we would rotate. Everybody would have their time where they had to do each other's hair. It's a lot of hair. It was a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So it started there, and when I was 16, I ended up like taking a binder of pictures and walking up to this shop. Like, I ain't got no license, but I could braid some hair. And this guy on the corner of my block gave me a shot. So I was working in the shop at 16. And then once I got out of high school, I got into like corporate America or just like little jobs like barista, and I was at McDonald's and stuff. So I went.
Girl, me too. That was my first job.
McDonald's.
Shout out to McDonald's because I love that job. It was easy. Do what you ordered. Do.
I hated that job.
Why?
But anyways, it was a franchise McDonald's, and it was owned by this black man.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it was
never mind.
Anyway. So I stopped braiding then. 2016, I started back braiding because I was working at this property management company. And it was my first time just being on my own. Like, I'm not in a relationship. It's just me and my son. I got real bills now. So my job was only taking care of those bills. I didn't have any extra money to do anything else. My sister convinced me you need to create an Instagram and just start braiding. Like, just start now. You'll see. You don't like it because you don't charge enough. Because at the time I was charging like $25 a head.
That's how I am
like,
too.
What?
I used to do hair in high school.
Why?
And I tell you, I wouldn't know what to charge, or I would charge you like $20.
Yeah, it's just like, or it's I'm like, not you can give me later.
Yeah,
no,
later.
No,
like, it's not. I'm not focused on the money. Like, well, I wasn't. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
then.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And then you understand life. But continue.
So I started back. I created this Instagram. It was called, at the time, Kia Chicago braids.
Mm-hmm.
And it just started taking off. I ended up being like booked 2 heads a night. I would like come home, do 2 heads, go to sleep at like 3 o'clock in the morning, wake up at 6 o'clock, take my son to school, go to work, come back home, do it all over again. I was so exhausted. And it was one time, it was this massive snowstorm.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, I'm impulsive, okay? I don't think things through. But in my spirit, I said, this is not what you need to be doing. You need to take hair full time. And I remember my best friend, shout out to Brian.
Shout out to you, Brian.
Because the job that I had, it was like, I always had favor on my life. I always had favor.
That's right.
I was supposed to have a degree. I was supposed to, and I didn't have none of that.
Jesus.
And I was making the most I had made at that time. So this random snowstorm, 6 o'clock in the morning, I text my manager like, yeah, I'm not coming in. And he's just like, wow, Marquia. And went my butt back to sleep. And that was that. I woke up that afternoon. I'm like, what did I do? But
it felt right.
It felt right,
That's
but
right.
also I didn't have a plan.
I get you.
When I came to LA, I didn't have a plan.
That's right.
I never have a plan.
That's right.
I literally act off of impulse. And it's
Me
worked out for me
too.
so far.
It's crazy.
So
I'm probably not as lucky as you, but
No, don't say that.
The same. Right.
Don't say that. Watch your words.
Because she's here, but
long story short, I ended up quitting that job, started braiding hair. Within like 6 months, my name was everywhere in Chicago. Like I would book out.
Oh my God.
Girl, it was insane. I would pay my rent with deposits.
That's
like,
right.
I would open my books and the books would be, I'm trying to tell you, if I'm lying, I'm dying. Somebody could quote me on that. I would literally book out the day that I opened my books. Oh my God. So it was like, I mastered this level, and now my spirit's like, okay, time to do something else.
This is what you're supposed to be doing.
Like, time
and
to do
it's
something else. So I had did this songwriting contest with Rico Love.
Mm-hmm.
He had flew us out to Miami to do a writer's camp. So me and him had developed this relationship, and I remember hitting him up like, listen, I will save for the summer. I just want to come and be around you. Like, let me intern at the studio. You won't have to pay nothing. Like, let me just come be around you.
Get the experience.
I knew that
Yeah.
I knew what I was capable of. He said, yeah. So that next day I hit up, on Instagram. I'm like, yeah, Miami braiders. Like, I'm changing my hashtags. I'm letting my clientele know I'm not going to be here for the summer.
Right.
I told my mom, like, yeah, I'm finna move. Nobody thought I was serious at all. And it ended up, like the month that I was supposed to move, we lost contact. Can you hear me? Am I good? Am I good on sound?
Right.
Me and him lost contact. But also at the same time, I already told my landlord, I already told my clientele, I have nowhere to go now. I'm supposed to leave, and I have nowhere to go. 2 weeks before moving, I go to LA for the first time. I went to this writer camp. It was a writer camp at 1500 or nothing, Sound Academy. Shout out to them. Shout out to Rans. And when I touched down in LA, when I say I just energetically felt that I was supposed to be here, like it was a knowing. I'm like, oh, no, this is it. I'm just going to come here. Like, if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And it's worked ever since. So I have not been home. I mean, I've visited, but I have not moved home. I've been out there for 5 years now, and my life has completely changed.
So would you say it was more of the hair braiding, or
that I came out here? I mean, came to LA? No.
Like which is the reason that you feel like you were successful in
both? Everything in me had was a piece of it. Like, as much as, because a lot of people don't know, I hate hair. I hate doing hair. I hate being around hair.
Wait, you don't make no sense.
Hold on, KK. Packs of hair. I hate it.
What?
Yes.
But you're so good at it.
I'm creative, though, so it transfers over. Like, I'm an artist. Like, I can draw.
Right.
So the precision and stuff that you see in here, I can put on a piece of
paper. Yeah.
So I love to create. That's the essence of me, is to create. And when you get in a business of hair and they see you can do one style, you do it over and over and over, and it becomes mundane, and I'm bored now.
I get you.
And now it's not feeding me.
Yeah,
and
like, it's not feeding me anymore. It's like this style, this style, this style.
Like,
now that's it.
This ain't it. So, but it had to be, because it opened so many doors. Everything was connected. Everything down to the Tik Tok was connected to hair.
That's crazy. All right, so listen, I'm going to get real deep with you. We're going to get into your EP, all the music that's coming out, but there was somebody that was sitting with me before you got here, right? And I thought everybody knew your song, boo-boo. I thought everybody knew Such a Vibe, like genuinely and truly. I'm like, yeah, so, you know, you don't know the song? Oh, shit, you really don't know it. Wait, should I take you too? Hold on. First of all, Miss Thing is here, okay? Miss Shantae.
Hey,
Miss the guest host who was she's here. Listen, I'm gonna let her get her questions, and before I get deep with you for the EP and everything, I'm gonna give her a chance to talk to you real quick. You guys don't watch me, okay?
Yeah, so how's it going? How are you feeling? We're like halfway through the interview.
I feel good. I feel like I'm in good company for sure.
Oh, awesome.
Yes, it's been amazing. It's been an amazing experience so far. So.
Okay, cool. We like to hear that.
Yes.
We like to hear that. Feedback is king. Yeah, so I'm just super, first of all, I didn't know I was going to be, girl, they ain't tell me I was going to be interviewing you, okay?
Interview. It's your time to shine.
I thought I was going to be the add-on to Roxanne. Because this is her show. But
since this is my show, you sitting right there, you're going to do exactly what I want my friend to do.
Yes.
Okay. So I think obviously we got to talk about the fact that, you know, I was in that clip and didn't really know your song.
It's very possible. Listen, I didn't feel no type of way about nobody not knowing it because people are still getting exposed. And I'm grateful for that. So
yeah, for sure. I think but I think that clip was so authentic because I was really like, I wasn't trying to cap for no camera.
That part.
I'm like,
as you shouldn't.
Yeah. I'm like, do I know this? Do I know? I don't think I do. It sounds familiar, but I don't know it.
Right.
You know? And so now you're here. And so I think that's such a testament to just like putting something out there and just following through and figuring out how to make it happen. Which I think Roxanne did a really good job of.
She did an amazing job. Shout out to Roxanne.
Yeah. So for me, I think one of the things that like kind of was intriguing for me about you after I, discovered your song, thanks to Roxanne, was that you were like us, like kind of like church girl, like, and trying to navigate your way through what that means for you and to like, I guess, find a way to make it make sense, right? And so I would love to hear a little bit more about your experience in church. Like, how do you feel like how does it like, right now, how is it able to kind of shape who you are as an artist, as a hair braider, as someone who is in their own way making their own journey and like taking it full on?
Yes. I mean, like I said earlier, like church, God, that's like my foundation. But as an adult, there's so much that I'm unlearning. Like there was a lot of trauma in church, in Black churches. But I really can only speak on
your
Baptist
experience.
Churches.
Okay.
But so there was a lot of unlearning that I had to go through and kind of understand what I believed for me and not really what was given to me to believe. But I just know that, like, I just know I'm covered. Like, I know that God has his hand on my life, and trusting intuition, trusting, because I feel like intuition and God is kind of like
the same thing.
Yeah, it's like,
for real.
When you have this gut feeling, I believe that's God kind of paving the way for you and letting you know. Obviously, we have free will, and we get to decide whatever it is that we decide. But so it's just definitely shaped me into being the individual I am, like the compassion that I have, and how I see people and the grace that I want to give people, because it's the grace that I want to receive, you know. it was very influential. And my mom is like an angel. Like she's like the epitome of what I feel like God wants us to be. So I had a really good,
nice.
I had a really good mentor or someone to mirror, like to see how she lived her life. She is still so selfless and so deeply rooted in what it is that she believes, that all the storms can happen around her and she still has the faith that she's gonna be good. And that was key for me, moving into another city where I don't know anyone and I have no resources, and so much was happening. So much good, but it was so much bad happening too. So it was like being able to pull from my foundation to just maintain and survive was key, because I wanted to fold like all the time. I was just like, yeah, it's time to throw the towel in. This wasn't the best decision, yada, yada, yada. But I do feel like God and my foundation or my community is what kept me there.
I think that's like, I think that's Christianity in a nutshell, right? Or just the belief in God. It's just like something that when you're not able to, I guess, be the best person, or you are able to be the best person, knowing that regardless of whatever happens, like there's someone that I believe in got my back. And that could be you yourself.
Yep.
That could be this entity, but it's the same thing.
Yep.
Right?
I agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's pretty cool. And so were you sang in church? Have you ever like put out any gospel music full like
I have
curious.
not. I have wrote like I said, I started writing gospel. Gospel was the first thing that I was writing. But I've never put out any gospel music, no.
Interesting.
I need to, huh?
I think you guys both have wonderful voices.
Thank you.
Yourself and Roxanne. And I think there's a message. I think the thing about gospel music that is so uplifting is that there's a message, right? There's a message of hope, there's a message of faith, belief, gratitude, whatever, right? And I think like having that mix of having this like very beautiful voice with that message is like, is what makes gospel music good, but it's also what would be good for you.
I agree.
Yeah.
Look, I'm making a mental note as we speak. So try some gospel music when I get home.
Just putting it out there. So would love to talk a little bit more about TV Lights, because I know that was a single that you came out with. I love the video for
Thank
it.
you.
So would love to know a little bit more about the like production of that and what was happening when you decided to even like write that song.
Well, I am still talking to this guy.
Okay, nice.
But around the time we first met, we would do a lot of hanging, just like watching Netflix and stuff.
Nice. Okay.
And I wasn't, I was like super, like our connection, the chemistry was just so strong. But it was the early stages, so we weren't really intimate at all. And I remember every time I would leave him, I would fantasize, if you will.
Oh, nice.
Yes, so, I mean, just being real. And, you know, I wanted to just write from that space as far as knowing like I'm coming over here or you coming over here, we watching TV, hanging out, but in my mind, I'm like, I want to experience you in an intimate way. So, yeah, you got to check the song out, read the lyrics to understand what I'm saying. But that's how that came about.
Okay, nice. So, a little romance.
Yeah, a little romance.
Yeah,
We love romance.
We love that. Nice. So, you mentioned like your mom and her being kind of like a driving force in who you are today, and like seeing her just kind of go through these different situations and not fold, essentially, right? You were like a young entrepreneur, like you had your first shop at 16. What do you think was different about like, or not necessarily different, but what do you think was a driving force behind like wanting to do that at such an early age? So for me, it's an early age, right? Yeah.
Well, I'm like control freak. So I'm very like headstrong, and if as much as I'm impulsive, I like to move at my own pace. Like I don't like anybody to be in control of me. And in order to be your own boss, you got to make your own money. So I learned at a very early age that I just need to use my gifts to make my own money, and that's how that came about.
For real, that's it.
That's
period.
Simple. That's simple.
Period. Because like, I think sometimes as women, you know, I think a lot of the times when we are successful, sometimes it's attributed to like relationships that we've been in, or you know, the guys that we've dated, and proximity to like that. And I think it's important as women to be able to like stand on your own.
Absolutely.
And so I feel that.
Absolutely.
I feel that.
That's key.
Because then I think like when that happens, then you get to pick and choose who you want to be with. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You're the driver of your own shit.
Yeah. You know? So kudos to you.
Thank
I love
you.
that.
Thank you.
And then just wanting to think a little bit more about like just entrepreneurship, because I think when I think of you, that's what I think of. As much as I think of a creative, I think of an entrepreneur as well. And then for me, some of the things that I like think of is like there's often this like stereotype around creativity and whether like it should be monetized and how to do that in a way that like still maintains like that like creative essence that happens, but also be able to kind of make a livelihood doing what you like to create.
You know what?
I
feel
mean?
like we've if 2020's shown us anything, is that everything can be monetized. Like
I'm telling you, say that.
The way that we were taught that things are supposed to go a certain type of way, all that is it's knocked down. Like it's not even valid anymore. You literally can make money
doing
on
anything.
being you. That's it. And that's a beautiful thing. It's also a scary thing. But
Very.
so I think that I just wanted to use everything that I had to get what I feel like I really essentially want, which is I want to be an artist. Like I want to create. I want to sing. I want to be in the midst of the people. Like I've always, as a kid, I didn't know it at the time, but I would use visualization. But in my mind, I'm thinking, you know, my mama says it's time to go to bed. You know, you have a fit about going to bed. And I would, instead of getting upset about it, I would play this scene in my mind of me climbing up this ladder, this big staircase of books, and picking a book and a scene that I wanted to live out. And I would let that scene be what drive me into going to bed.
Okay.
And that's pretty much visualization. I would do that every night as a kid, not knowing that that's what I was doing. So I don't know why I brought that up. What was your question?
No, just like how you get to the point where you're able to be a creative, be an artist, and still monetize it in a way that makes sense for you.
Yeah, it's just doing it. It's not letting anyone tell you that it has to be a certain way.
Absolutely.
That's the answer to that question.
Yeah, I love that. Anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you. So nice to meet you.
Yeah, same here. I'm looking forward to later.
Okay. Roxanne, I know. Get your glass.
Please,
Get your glass.
Please bring me that glass. Like, please. Girl, we're going to talk about it.
Yep, we shall.
We shall, because now I need to pour me a little song.
Here you go.
Please, Kia.
Here you
Please,
go.
Kia, because y'all.
You deserve it.
Y'all. Okay. So, first of all,
Is this
hold up.
too low?
Is it, Shatik?
Am I okay? It's getting there.
It's somehow it actually is. Like, that's funny. Thank you so much. Cause girl, I didn't.
You're not drinking?
A little. Right.
No, girl.
Yeah, she said not today.
You know what?
You so responsible.
I know. It's okay though.
You were so responsible.
Aww, she's like that.
I love it.
This is why I choose her. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
I love that.
If I'm the spontaneous, bubbly,
you have to have balance.
What did I say?
You do.
I have to. Like, it might not always. You know what I'm trying to say? But yeah, can we drink to that? Spontaneous, impulsive.
I would say that, I've been traveling for like the past 2 weeks, and I'm tired, and I feel like that's really what it is.
That's really it. Cause no, seriously,
I feel it.
that's really what it is. So, all right. So let's just get to the specifics, and then we could talk about your EP. Let's talk about the EP. Okay. 2 questions. The 2 questions are, first of all, I really just want to touch a little bit more about like what was it like growing up in Chicago. You know what I'm trying to say? Because I know we saying like, oh, it came from this to that. Like we kind of just boop. Like, you know what I mean? Like I understand, you know, your sister, the church, and this, that, and the third. But I mean, like, what was it like? Like, cause I've been in Chicago for like a month.
Chicago's lit. We have this reputation for being like this, the whole Chirac stuff, but my experience in Chicago has always been like it's home. It's definitely like, but I had a really loving family. Like I had a really
that's a blessing.
Great
that's
childhood.
A blessing.
So
that's a blessing.
And we were very sheltered. Like it was only church. The
Shout
library.
out to the Harper family. Is it the Harper family?
Shout out to the Harper family.
Shout out to the Harper family. Okay, y'all. Y'all did a great job.
Yes. So it was. We just would be in church. We go to the library to hang out, or we
very
do stuff at school.
sheltered.
Yeah,
Me
my
too.
mom didn't play that. Sleeping over at people's houses. We didn't do parties. None of that. So
it's crazy.
I was never in the streets, but I grew up in the hood.
That's right. I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Right. That's real.
Yeah. It's just
like seriously. Like I feel like we all can relate to that. Like you know what I'm trying to say. Like even though I might have grew up where I grew up, and people think like, how old are you? Like aren't you supposed to be acting like this or that or blah 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 blah? Like sorry,
right.
I didn't even find out I was sheltered till I was like,
right,
girl, till I was in I didn't even know somebody had to. I'm like, oh, I am like. I'm sheltered.
I was so sheltered.
Listen, I had no clue. I had no clue.
At all.
And just to touch real quick, so you are Kia Harper braids?
Yes.
Can you just like say some of the people whose hair you've done and that's it? Like just tell them who you are. Girl, stop playing with me. Tell them who you are, like your credentials, like your experience, like where you're at, like. You ain't just seen braiding all y'all hair. Like,
I am. If you book.
She is, but she book it. But you get what I'm saying.
But
y'all know what I'm saying. She love y'all.
I have done. I'm trying to see if I can go in order. Kaylani was the first.
Kaylani was first. Shout out to you because I love Kaylani. Oh my God, I love Kaylani.
When I tell you Kaylani is the reason why I have the management I have.
You lying?
Yes.
You lying.
She's the connection to how I even met them. And she was like she was always saying my names in rooms. Like she was, oh, you need a braider? Hey, I got the best braider, such and such. She was always sending people to me. Shout out to Kaylani. I love her so much.
Shout out to you, girl, because I love you too, baby. Listen.
Right.
I was about to go into the song because if you listen, I love that. Listen, I love a lot of her songs, but continue.
She's amazing.
Yes.
But Kaylani, I did The Game. I did
The Game, the rapper.
Tiny Harris.
You already know
daughter.
Escape.
Oh, yes. Shout out to her.
You already know. OG.
I did Frank Ocean.
Yes. Okay, girl. Too. Yes.
I've done Northwest. That's my baby.
That's your baby.
Yes.
Oh, good.
I've done Khloe Kardashian. Mm-hmm. I've done Sierra.
These are all braids?
All braids.
Just braids?
All braids. Just
Cece
braids.
had braids?
Yes.
What she had?
Do you remember
the box braids?
She had twists that went to the floor?
It was a twist? You freaking lying.
That was me.
That was you?
That was me, yes.
I remember that.
And
I
what's
remember
crazy?
That post.
What's...
You know what?
No, see?
Yes, see?
I'm a braid girl.
Yes.
Before I used to...
Always the twist, baby.
Oh, her braids look so good.
Yes.
The gag about that situation, when they called me for that opportunity, I was in between being homeless and like I was leaving my roommate situation. I didn't have nowhere to stay, and I had finally found a place to stay. was when I finished the wig. But the entire time, because it took me like a week to do it. Like I would just
Are
do.
you serious?
Girl, I was battling depression at the time. I'm trying to like keep myself up and still like. I didn't know how to do twists at the time, so I'm like, I'm gonna figure this out. I'm not saying no to it, we finna knock this out the park type thing. And yeah, and it was just iconic.
Kia.
It was crazy. That was crazy.
Kia.
I was like literally doing this wig, and my friend had like boxes everywhere. I remember just going to the car and I'm just crying. My eyes are like, God, what am I doing? And I wrote this song called Tunnel in that moment. So that was around the same time. Check Tunnel out. That's one of my favorite songs of mine. But yeah, so okay, Sierra, I've done Nia Long. I've done.
Oh, hold on. Stop right there. You already know. No. You look like you remind me of. That's it.
Everybody
Continue.
says that.
No, I'm sorry. That's all I want to say.
I've been called Kia Long for my entire life. But it's other people. I'm sure Georgia Smith, the singer. Mm-hmm. I know I'm forgetting people, but the point is,
I get it.
Really dope people.
Yeah, no, seriously, and I just want to give you your flowers. That's all I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say? You deserve. Thank you. You do what?
Deserve.
That's right. Because you are who?
Kia Harper.
What's your name?
Kia Harper.
That's right. That's motherfucking right. And another one.
Yes.
And another one. Okay. Because so what? All right. So now talk to me about the EP, girl. Because let me tell you,
yes.
I love Process. I sing that thing. That's probably why I lost my voice. I'm not even going to lie.
I love that song too.
I hate this.
This process.
Listen, if I can sing it out loud.
I said I'm the heartbreak queen. Like the heartbreak songs. Oh, I can do them in.
Can you give us a little something of one of your favorites of yours? Like something you're comfortable with and you love. Like, can you give us a little acapella on anything? Anything. It don't even have to be yours. Like, just a little something.
Y'all, I haven't sung all today. So if this
just a little something. It's not like God.
And I'm drinking
God,
at that.
God.
And I'm drinking.
She gonna sound good, okay? Even if it's 5 seconds. I'm raspy right now, but...
You want some water?
You want some water?
You give us something.
You want some water?
How about you give us something?
Listen, besides Such a Vibe, I love Process. I love 2.
That's so crazy.
Listen.
That is so crazy.
No, seriously, why is it crazy to you?
2 wasn't going to make it. Yep.
Do you know what you said in that song?
So long ago.
Do you know what you said in that song?
Tell me what I said.
Come on, it's so relatable. Like, Kia, stop playing with me. You know it's so relatable. Like,
I was honest.
Wait. It was like I thought something about being like was it the other person? Or
basically,
you get what I'm trying to say?
And
like, just talk a little bit about.
Written before The Weeknd was written. Well, before The Weeknd came out, this is dropped, and I remember everybody was going crazy about how she talking about she the other woman, and in my head I'm like, damn, I just literally wrote a song about being pretty much the other woman.
I like it because it was vulnerable.
Oh, absolutely.
It was truthful. You write all your songs.
All
right?
my songs. I don't sing nothing somebody else wrote.
I could feel that though. That's the crazy part.
I think that's important. I feel like right now with music, that's what we're lacking. And stuff isn't reaching for real because people telling other people's stories. Like I've had people say, I wrote a song for you. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Listen, if I sing for you right now, I'm gonna be loud as fuck because I gotta try to defeat the raspiness.
Go ahead. Let me hear.
All right, wait.
Come on. I'm excited.
I hate this process. I hate this process. I hate this process.
Yes.
Of falling out of love.
Yes.
Falling out of love.
Yes.
Listen, girl. Don't get me started. Now it's your turn. You gotta pick one now because I done defeated.
It's like,
baby, I done defeated the raspiness.
When people sing,
baby, I done defeated the raspiness. I done pulled down the corset.
Borderline orgasmic. It's like,
stop playing.
Like you thought that much of what I said to learn it. Like that's amazing. Yes, Isaac.
Stop trying to play.
Block you from my phone. Block you from my phone. So that's senseless.
What about Instagram? What happened on Instagram?
I hit you online.
I hit you online.
And it hurts me pretending like I'm fine.
pretending like I'm fine.
Hurting.
I
Miss coming
home to you cooking me dinner.
I know I should do better, but you feel so familiar.
Yeah,
I can't right now.
it. Listen, she did that. She did
right
that.
now.
She,
The checkout process,
Checkout
though.
process. It's TV Lights. It's the EP. I need to talk about all of it because she has a single out, new video. Is that your latest and new video?
My latest is TV Lights. Yep.
TV Lights.
Yes.
Okay, baby. Like, can I come over tonight?
And on the TV Lights. Yes.
Ha!
Talk to you the
Entire time, baby.
and make it nasty,
Blow my mind.
Yes.
What we doing it? Do it all for the TV lights. A fan is here,
I
okay?
love it.
I'm trying not to fan
That
the
is
fuck
so
out,
dope.
but
That is
baby,
so dope. I love
listen. Don't let me go through the scroll.
Shout out to A Game who killed that verse though. That's my friend. Like that's my guy. And I sent it over and he like sent it right back. I'm like, dude, you're so amazing.
I love your music.
I love you.
I love you. What? Kia, you did not just say
you.
that.
Yes.
Really? I love you too, girl. Okay? Like, what, girl? Like, I'll really fan out on this right now. But I'm trying to be, you know what I'm saying, the interviewer.
No, you're doing amazing.
Yes? Okay. So,
Absolutely.
first of all right. So, we're going to get into, talk about your EP.
All right, Strangers. Strangers is my first actual project. I've been doing music for so long and I never put a project out. So it was like a bunch of songs that I was going through at the time, and I just was like, I'm just gonna throw it all together, and it's gonna be a project. And then there were also some older songs, like Two was not even, it
love
wasn't gonna
Two.
make it.
That thing that was relatable. Y'all better check that out.
Yeah, people were actually like really rocking with it. I was surprised.
see?
It's like it's always the ones that I feel like hit for me. People don't rock with. I mean, not that they don't rock with it, but it doesn't do the same numbers.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I Lifetime was also on Strangers. Joe Budden had shouted it. I was his sleeper pick for one of the episodes.
I saw that.
For that song.
And there was also another person who kind of shouted you out on a Such a Vibe. Was it Zaytoven Beats?
Zaytoven.
I'm
yes,
so sorry. Zaytoven Beats.
Shout out to Isaac Beats.
Isaac Beats,
who's
listen.
the producer of Such a Vibe, which that was crazy because usually when I write music, I would go online to YouTube. Like at that time, I didn't have producers sending me tracks or anything. So I would go online and I would do I think it was like Kaylani type beats.
Right, you put it in.
And
He
Such a
popped
Vibe
up.
came
yeah.
up. I mean,
You
that
did
track
that.
came up. And I remember reaching out to him because I'm like, I want to put this out. And we just rock with each other after that. Like, I think this is his biggest song too. Like, it was something we both experienced at the same time.
That's amazing.
And he just so happened to be in LA, and I didn't know he was in LA. So we ended up meeting
The
up.
way things be aligned.
Everything is so connected. It really is. So, yeah.
I'm glad I was connected to
Yeah.
you. I'm glad that every single time I was singing that song outside, out loud in the speaker in the Bronx, that it led to this moment right here where I'm sitting down with the girl that I never thought I would meet, that I never thought I would get acquainted with, that I never thought that I would have so much in common with. Like,
just love you.
Are you kidding me?
I just love you.
Kia Harper, when is this EP coming out?
The EP Strangers is out already, but I am currently working on something else.
Yeah, because Strangers is out. Like
Strangers is out,
I'm
for sure.
on it. But
yes.
you gotta.
I have another project in the works. I don't even have a title for it, but I do. It's like probably 8% there.
Do you think you're gonna still focus on the heartbreak? Because I
Whatever
feel like
I feel like I'm feeling. is
right.
mine.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So
I'm
I'm
not even. I'm not trying to. I don't want to. I want it to
It's not
flow.
industry. It's not
Yep,
industry
it's
motivated.
not at
Let
all.
them know.
Not at
Listen,
all.
because some people be feeling like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, what did she sing about?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is? I don't know why people be trying to like categorize things. Can you how do you feel about like, you know what I'm trying to say?
How do I feel about the industry?
Wait, you saw me stop.
How do I feel about the industry?
Never mind.
You from church, so what they say, you in the
Listen.
world, but you're not of the world.
Yes,
So
tell
I would
them.
rather be in the industry, but not of the industry.
Tell them
I
again.
want to be who I am, and the minute that I can't, I don't want to do it no more.
Yes. Yes. And what's your favorite song?
My
Off
favorite
the
song?
Strangers
Of
album.
Strangers.
What's your favorite song or 2 favorite songs or
Okay, I love What You Want Me to Do.
yes?
Yes.
That's the one that's not wait. It's
Yep.
the letters.
Yeah.
Yes, the water. Listen. Oh my God, you have too many good songs, Kia.
That's
We don't
hilarious.
even the time.
Oh my God.
She coming back.
Coming back. I'll be
She's
back.
coming back.
I
Mark
will
my
be
words,
back. I will
Kia.
be back. Hey, you made it happen now. I don't gotta mock. I'm expecting.
Wait, what
to
was
be-
that, Shatik?
Come
You
on.
see that?
Come see me.
Wait, y'all heard
Then we
Shatik?
can really party.
Don't can listen. This Henny in is now. Okay,
I want
it's-
some Henny too.
girl, spike that thing up.
Girl, you finna have me drunk when this
No. She gonna be alright. She gonna be alright. We gonna give her it's 2 bottles of water.
Period.
Cause period. Listen. Because we were planning for so much, and you know how life
It's
works.
cool.
And listen, we're coming to LA.
Come on.
I'm gonna
Come
say
see
it right
me.
here, right now.
Come see me.
We going to LA, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Shati, we going to LA?
Yes.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yes.
You, your management. Shout out to crowd management.
Shout out
Lee.
to crowd
Shout out to Lee.
management.
Shout out to
Lee,
Tracy. Shout out to
EJ,
EJ.
Tracy.
Yeah, shout them out.
My babies, them my babies. They
Listen.
have been with me for years now. I think 3 years now. I've been a client. I'm their first braider they signed.
And how did you meet them? How did you
I
meet
met
them?
them through Kaylani's stylist at the time.
Right.
Was
You said that.
this guy named Caesar. Shout out to him because he was super influential too
Mm-hmm.
in my life. And he was managed by Crowd.
Right.
So I would do all my invoices through them.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they said they tried to use other braiders and they were unprofessional, and I was the most professional that they had experienced.
Your
and
management started with your hair braiding and not
yes,
your music.
they were here. My management.
Did I miss that before or something? Am
I
I
never
bugging?
told you that, no. And then they found out later on, like, oh,
That you could sing?
Yes. So
This
then
is crazy.
it is.
now.
When
Come
I
on
say
now,
it all
Kia.
is connected, it all is connected. So
No. Hold on. Let's do the.
yes.
Okay, because shout out to authenticity.
No, seriously.
Shout out to just oh my God, the trusting in the time and the intuition, the manifestation,
Yes,
the
letting
speaking things into
letting
existence.
things flow.
Shay, like the
It's key. Like when you're not trying to make things happen, when you just say like it's gonna be good regardless. Like everything always works out for me is my favorite thing to say to myself. Even when I'm
What's your favorite quote or
everything,
quotes?
everything always works out for me.
Uh-huh.
Everything I touch turns into gold. This too shall pass. I mean, I kind of get that tatted. It says no pain is forever, but it really is this too shall pass.
Yes.
Yeah, anything that's letting me know that the things that may appear to be bad is essential to whatever it is that I'm supposed to be.
I say everything that the enemy tries to use to
Yes.
do what he's supposed to do,
Yes.
God gonna turn it into a way to propel you.
And it's
It's gonna work.
Yep.
You gotta know who you are. Tell them. You gotta know who you are. You gotta
know who you are.
believe in who you are. You gotta operate in faith. They don't even know about operating in faith, Kia. You've been operating in faith. You said you were what? Did you say you were homeless? Am I bugging right now?
I was literally, I had nowhere to go. My friend was packing up, and this was like a really big opportunity, the whole Sierra thing. So I didn't get to the point where I was just outside on the street or living out my car, but it was like I had a week to figure it out. And if you know anything about LA is not easy to live in at all. So, and then I ended up getting my first apartment on my own, which I didn't think I would ever have.
You
out
did
there.
that.
Girl, it's just been, God has been so good to me. Like,
As he should be.
covered and
Because
protected.
have you ever been told that you have like a pure heart?
Yes.
Girl, you have a pure heart.
I love you.
And I love you too. You have a pure heart. You
I
have
love
like a
you.
genuine soul.
Thank you.
I love the crap out of you. Before even meeting this girl, I already knew, okay?
Yes.
Shout out to Shay.
Boom.
Shout out to Shantae. Shout out to my friend for making me say what I said to manifest and to make this even. Girl, she's here because of the question that you asked me. She said, what she said? She said, who you want to work with? Just this is your manifestation time. Like, listen, my friend, my supporter, the person that genuinely loves me, because that's all I could be around. Like, if you're not for me, you're not for me, and it's
No,
okay.
seriously.
You know what I'm trying to say? It's okay. Like, If you don't understand me, it's okay. If you don't like me, it's okay. But guess what? I'm always going to be around the people who, at least if they do understand me or don't, at least have that time where you just want to be around me or you want to understand me or you trying to understand me or because you have to love me. I have to love you. It has to be genuine. It has to be real. And I just want to say, when people really support you, big things happen and they help make big things happen. And I appreciate you for asking me that question that put us in. Well, you know, I'm hard-headed, so I wasn't listening to nothing. She was coming regardless of whatever the hell was going on.
Yes, I love it. And I'm here.
It don't matter. Listen, I was going through so much has happened to me, and I wasn't giving up on making sure you were here. You were comfortable. You were loved. You felt special.
And she went above and beyond to make sure, and I felt that, and I appreciate that.
Can't wait to see you in LA.
Man, come.
I'm coming.
Rock with me.
I'm coming. We coming. Okay, we coming.
For
Listen,
real, like,
shout out to Kia Harper. This ain't gonna be the last interview. This ain't gonna be the last interaction. I love you so much.
I love you so very much.
Listen, this. All right, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. I'ma just be real with y'all.
Let's do it.
So I wanted a cute ass outfit for this.
And she looks bomb.
All right. Oh, whoo.
And she looks bomb.
Roxanne is hard-headed.
What you say?
Tell them. Come here. No, come here. She don't want to come.
What she wanted to wear, so I could buy her an outfit.
Oh God.
Right? Because that's what I do. I
What's
buy.
Yes.
But she don't never want to listen.
I'm very stubborn. I'm
No, I
very
am
much.
too, though.
This,
A lot. Literally, my mom would say this. That's her favorite thing. You don't listen.
I don't know if it's the artistry
listen.
of
Yep.
it. It's just the creativity and just
Yep.
I don't know what it is, but thank God I found somebody that's like, you are so relatable to me before I even met you. And now hearing your story and how you are and who you are, and I'm sorry, y'all, we had a little conversation before this even started. So
We did. We had a little breakfast.
We had a little breakfast, and shout out to Kia. I thank you
out
for
to
that.
you.
Aw.
Come on, man. That's the
Yes,
least
all
I
right,
could
listen.
do.
All right, we're gonna leave. We're gonna leave. I'm gonna let y'all go now. But listen, is there anything that you wanted to say that you didn't get to say before it's over? Like anything that you feel like that's on your heart that you want to let people know? Your supporters, your management team, your family, anybody that's going through anything, like, just, is there something you want to say, words of encouragement, something about what you're doing musically, braider wise, anything, please just say it.
I mean, I feel like, I guess I will leave you guys on this note with, break all the rules because they don't exist. That's what I'm gonna leave you with. Do you, be you.
Y'all see me? These are the rules.
Be loved.
These are the rules. Keep
like,
it up.
That part, like, do
Wardrobe
what it is that
malfunction. Once again, keep it up.
ignites your soul, and everything else will fall in place.
Say that one more time.
Do whatever it is that ignites your soul, and everything else will fall in place.
Everything else will fall in place. True word.
I'm a living testament.
She's a living testimony, and I could see it, and I know it, and I believe in you. I know. Listen to me. When I hit you up, girl, I thought you was already.
No,
Don't take it the wrong way.
No,
I really thought like, girl, I thought she was.
We still working.
Listen, and this is where you see authenticity. Mm-hmm. This is where you find your people. Yep. When all your little friends ain't your friends no more, and all your little people who's not this and not that, it's okay, because at the end of the day, right? We all go through what we go through. We're not perfect, and we make mistakes. We learn from it. But all I have to say is this: like, when you're true to who you are and you know who you are at your core and you have a pure heart, you believe in God, you have good intentions, right? Stick to that, and it will take you far.
Amen.
That's it. Amen.
Pastor
Harper. Last words, Pastor Harper.
Last words. I love y'all. I thank all y'all for supporting me and believing in me and checking out a song or sharing a post. It means so much to me because I remember when they wouldn't.
Look at that camera.
I remember when they wouldn't.
That one right there.
That one?
Yeah.
I don't think it's really geared towards
Is it that one? Is it that one?
That's mine,
here
right?
you go now. Now you gotta tell
I remember
her.
when they wouldn't, so it means the world to me that people are listening, and that's all I desire is to be heard. So Yeah.
Oh, and I heard you. And they heard you. And I hope your supporters heard you.
Yes.
And y'all better watch this interview. And y'all better have watched it to the entirety. Y'all better have got to this part.
Share this ish.
Yes.
Share it.
Listen, we're going to be in LA. She's going to be back. We love you. I know you got to
so
go,
much.
go. Listen, love you, Kia.
I love you.
I can't wait till you make it to where you deserve to be. I'm always here for you no matter what,
Same.
position I play, even if it's just a text, even if it's just a DM, even if it's just
my number?
Baby, you gotta
Everybody don't get my number now. You got my number.
Listen, this is real. Know your people. Know your people and be genuine.
Yep.
Be good. Treat people how you want to be treated. Treat the CEO and the janitor.
Yep.
Tell them.
The same.
We leaving, y'all.
Y'all finna make me shout. Look, I'm about to shout.
Make her cry. She thought she was gonna cry. She thought she was gonna cry and make her cry. Next time I make her cry. I love you, Kia.
I love you. Thank y'all for having me.
All right, guys, that's the end. We're gonna see you next time for the next interview. Thank you guys for watching. Tune in, follow It's Kia Harper.
It's Kia Harper.
Follow Kia Harper Braids.
Yes, Kia Harper Braids.
That's
everything is
your
Kia Harper
YouTube,
except
anything else.
Yeah, follow me
what
on
else
YouTube.
You got?
Kia
TikTok?
Harper TV. TikTok is It's Kia Harper. Just type Kia Harper in, you'll find all that stuff.
All right, KIA.
Yeah, yes.
KIA. Spell it out for them.
KIA HARPER.
We out.
We out.
Love ya.
That's great.